Oh, we can't actually put... Oh, that's a jail door. I meant a fence door. I grabbed the wrong one. That's honestly not the first time I've done that, and it will probably not be the last. Hello, and welcome to the Prison Architect channel, where we are once again taking up Architect 1 prison and converting it into Prison Architect 2. Today, we are working with the turtle here. Uh-oh, there's an incident going on. Guys, I'm trying to do an introduction here. Please? Yes, introduction. This is the turtle, which it was created by the lovely Rick here back in 2013, May 30th. So we are going to be taking this lovely turtley prison and bring it into the third dimension. We have 2 yards, a central canteen, some nice big showers, and a TV in every cell. That's gonna be fun. Let's dive right in. And diving right into Prison Architect 2. This is Reservoir Pass, our same modified map that we use with the OG, including our lovely pieces of laundry that are just waiting for someone to come pick them up. We are going to build the turtle here. This is again the map that's most like the maps in Prison Architect 1, so it works well for this. So what's fun about the turtle is that it's not a perfect square because, again, it looks like a turtle, which is part of its charm. And it's not just the building that takes that shape, but the actual fencing. From front to back, it is 134 tiles, which is a long way. Oh, I can't even tell. I can't even see the numbers. There we go. So that would be it. And let's see if we can get this basic structure built. Granted, we're going to be making it a little bit wider, a little different size. This may not be the end of it because the cells are kind of funky, but we may also do shorter legs, put some cells up on the second floor. I'm gonna have to make adjustments as we go. So let's take a gander at this. So I was over here working and I've got our 20 cells all planned out, looking gorgeous, and I made the realization that this hallway in Prison Architect 1 is actually outside. Those are outdoor lights on it. So I'm going to have to redo this all. One thing in Prison Architect 1 is you could put walls down separately from rooms and foundations, so what it would look like it was inside, but it was really be outside. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the 2 different fences. We're going to do sheet metal and the regular fence on the outside like there was in the original version. Let us take care of that. And we're going to treat these little areas as sort of courtyards, but let's get some doors down and then we can let people in. I think I'll do the other wing down here, is what I'll do while my workers are busy. I'm thinking we're going to be doing some things quite a bit differently because we have the difference in cells and the fact that cells here are 3x4, when in Prison Architect 1 they were 2x3. We're going to have to get a little creative. And we might actually end up moving the canteen and the kitchen upstairs. We're gonna make some adjustments with our turtle. It's not gonna be quite the same, but I am gonna base it around the cells here. This is a mess, but that's fine. We'll fix it. This is looking much better. There is an extra wall right there. We will adjust our head as necessary, and then we'll have these little inner courtyards, or maybe I'll expand the rooms later. We'll see what looks best when we get a little further into the build. Is make our shell kind of a little different. So let me consult the pictures I have here. So the kitchen is supposed to fit in this space between these 2 legs. which obviously doesn't because these cells are so much larger than in Prison Architect 1. I think I'm gonna adjust like the holding cell here and stuff to fill these gaps because it looks kind of wonky. There is kind of this like outdoor courtyard area in the original build, which we'll leave that. We're gonna come over here, we're gonna make the holding cell bigger. So the canteen was actually quite big in Prison Architect 1. So I think what we're gonna do here, we're going to adjust. So if we look at this from above, does not look like a turtle. We still have lots of work to do. I'm gonna make this like a staff only area here. It's perfect for roof access for our staff. Oh, that's what's driving me wonky. The hallway is 2 wide, but this area here is 3 wide for the dividing the two. So we could make a 3 wide hallway, which would mean moving these back, which we have the room to do so. So that actually is not the worst idea in the world. It's a good thing we have lots of money as I redo all of this. Oh, we can't actually put... Oh, it's a jail door. I meant a fence door. I grabbed the wrong one. That's honestly not the first time I've done that, and it will probably not be the last. We do need showers. We have 20 cells, 20, 40, 60, 80 cells total. 20 in each little turtle leg. Aww. You know what? That's what we'll do with this room. We'll turn this room here into a staff room because there were no staff rooms when this prison was built and there was a cleaning cupboard, but there are no cleaning cupboards. So we'll just do a little switch. Then we'll give them a nice bookcase in here too. They don't need it, but it's kind of fun to give them one. Oh, but they do need a clock to remind them when to return to work. I did an extra cell. I was like, wait a minute. This doesn't look right. So we need to put showers on either side here, and then it goes on to the yards. There's yards on either side, as well as like some bathrooms. And there's little infirmaries around, which might turn into staircase. Also, there was a little infirmary that's stuck into this area. We're not gonna do that. We are going to put a laundry here, and then there's a security room and another office that will create like our little tail. In terms of the kitchen, we're going to go up because, you know, turtles do have like, you know, their shells are rounded. And since we do have 3 floors, we're going to go with that. It's going to take a little bit of design, but that's what we're here for. There was solitaire sticking off of these, and solitary in Prison Architect 2 is indoors. If I do that, it's not quite the same. It's 3 and 2. I'm honestly okay with that since the turtles aren't supposed to be perfect. Like their patterns are a little different. So we're gonna come over here. We are going to remove at least these cells right here, and we're end up going to move them upstairs, I believe is what I think I'm going to do. We want the kitchen down here. We're gonna do some little changes. So we're gonna remove you, turn that into the hallway, remove you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Nope, wait, I'm just looking at things weird. So it does actually come down this way. And then over here, we do the same thing. There we go. So we get a little bit of zigzaggy going on. That's fine. We're going to bring that inside. That'll be our kitchen. Over here, we're going to do the same thing. And then we're going to bring this inside. These will be stairs for workers only. Over here, we're actually going to dismantle this, remove these doors, and we're going to turn this infirmary into a much larger space. And then we'll still put our laundry here. So we've swapped our laundry and our infirmary, and I think that's fine. So as we have 80 cells, we don't need a whole lot of cookers. We will put in 4 so we can feed 100. The canteen is remarkably large in Prison Architect 1. Though in Prison Architect 1, it's more large this way, so we're going large this way, which I think works. Our canteen in PA1 also had a lot of telephones. They were along the lower wall. We do not need a laundry room quite so big, so we're going to get rid of the, oh, put that back. No, put that door back. Put that door back. Thank you. Okay, and this is our holding cell over here, which the holding cell actually had no beds. There were, however, a large number of telephones in this holding cell. I guess if you thought you were in the wrong place, you had a really good chance of calling someone to get you out. There were also 4 TVs in here. That seems a little excessive, but we're going with it because, you know, if you're stuck in here, you need something to do. We do, however, need more telephones. Granted, some of those telephones were in the middle of the room, which is impossible in PA2 considering they are completely 100% wall mounted. They don't have the little stick stand-up pole thingy-majigger. This is supposed to be visitation, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about visitation inmates being able to access this area. I know that's how it was in the PA1 version, so I think we're actually going to do a little bit of shifting around here. So, while we won't be putting visitation up here, we will be putting a common room because there was a workshop down here and a visitation up here, so we're going to switch and we're going to put a visitation down here and a common room up here. It's lovely. I honestly don't think we need this many infirmaries, so I might make some mini common rooms. So I'm sitting here going, why isn't this lining up? That's because I put this square box one step up too high, which completely throws off the pattern. Okay, and these are actually kind of indoor bathrooms. Well, semi-indoor. We're making them part of the yard, so they're going to be exterior bathrooms, which is utterly fine. We're going to be doing flooring all there at the end. Okay, I did say we were going to do the floors at the end. I am going to turn this all grass. And then before we start placing things, we're going to place our walkways. Because of the changes in cells, we could actually make these solitary cells, instead of 4x4, we could make them 2x6 or 2x3. Not 2x3, 4x4, 2x2 to create 4. I can't math when I'm recording. I just can't. No, I think I'll leave them as the 2x2 because in the original they were 1x1 squares, and we could make them 1x1 here, but we'll leave them as 2x2. So things were set up a little different back here. There were little rooms that stuck out this way that were cleaning cupboards. We don't have cleaning cupboards, so I'm going to leave them outside. But we do need second doorways here. There we go. Okay, so all we have left to do now are the cells and the yards. And I gotta say, the yards have a lot of phones in them. Also, our turtle's looking a little squat. Isn't quite the same. Like, I can see it from this angle, which is legit. But if we come up here, I just don't see it, which I think we're gonna have to put a second floor. Okay, so the legs look a little stumpy from the top. The back I feel looks okay, but the front looks a little stumpy. So we're going to put 4 more cells on here because we're missing 8. So we'll put 4 here and we'll put 4 there, and I think that'll stop our stumpiness problem. There we go. That also solves our problem. So we'll have no random cells at the top. We've got 12, 12, 8, 8. So a grand total of 40. All right, so we have 4 cell layouts to work with. One fun thing about this prison though is that every cell has a TV. So unlike our last prison where they had a bunch of stuff, we're actually going to give them TVs. I may do a little differently in that It looks like you can lay on the bed to watch the TV. They really don't, but I feel that that looks better. Okay, so I accidentally put the wrong toilets in. We're fixing that. And then we're gonna go decorate the rest of the cells. Just want to step quickly in and say that there was some confusion last time when I talked about door servos and cell doors. So we see how the cell is closed, it's locked, but as soon as I actually mark it as a cell, the door pops open. They work automatically because according to the regime, which I don't have right now because I don't have a warden, let's fix that. If we go on in here and check regime, it's 8 o'clock, it's now eating time. The cell doors are open. Also, now that we have a warden, we're going to run here and get power grid real quick. We're also going to go for water delivery. We're going to get some small pipes. I think we're also going to go for supermax security. And all of our cells are filled. Just need to finish marking them. As soon as that's completed, that should put us at 80 cells. Not 100% sure what we're going to put up here, but we need an up here. So it actually looks kind of turtley. We'll figure out something. So this yard and all the yards had a lot of telephones. So we're going to go around and place all of the telephones first. I can only think that telephones came out in 2013. I have to go check the patch notes. And there were actually more telephones lined up here. We can't place them that way, so we're gonna stick some up here. We might actually have more telephones in this place than inmates. There were also TVs outside, which makes me also think that TVs had just come to the game in 2013. We're going to break the mold and not put 8 TVs in this yard. We're going to give them some dumbbells instead. Just a little variety here. This is supposed to be inspired by, to a degree. It's not supposed to be utterly perfect. Oh wait, staff rooms! Ah! You know what? Maybe I should get rid of this, turn it into a gigantic staff room, and make these little common rooms over here. Fun fact about common rooms. They say that they actually require, if I've thrown over here and look, it says it needs a chair and a radio. And while it does say radio, it doesn't specifically need a radio. Arcade machines work too, as do TVs. They just need some sort of electronic entertainment as well as chairs. You know what? They can also have a bookcase up here. This is like the intellectual room. They get the bookcase, the chess. All right, then we're gonna turn this into a staff room. Because while the original prison didn't have one, it'd be a good idea to have one. Okay, and I think that is all of our rooms. I need to go around and fix the fences, and then I need to go around and paint a bit. Change floors and such. Oh, and I need to put lights in and electricity. So we'll be back in a moment. It's looking pretty snazzy. So we are dropping in our deliveries, and it's interesting because the prison in PA1 only had garbage over here. We have more than garbage. We have exports. We're going to come here and we're going to turn this back half of garbage into exports. There's not going to be many exports. It's just the random, oh, get rid of this door instead of, you know, putting it down. And then over here, we are going to put our intake. There we go. And we'll even give them a fancy little cover. Looks good. Okay. One day I will actually remember to put the light in the cell before I start cloning it. But that day is not today, so time to place 80 lights. We put one little light in the morgue. Alright, so this prison is so old that the only options back then were concrete or brick for walls. So it says actually brick everywhere. I'm going to adapt that. Oh wait, why do I say I didn't have a staff room? I made a staff room earlier in this room. We have 2 staff rooms now. Feel free to turn one into whatever you want. We're gonna have brick everywhere, but I think we can actually do painted brick in some areas. Like it's been tidied up a little bit. I don't want to change it too much, but I think we will paint the concrete just like we painted the brick here. The ultimate fun thing about this prison is the fact that it is shaped like a turtle. The head's a little off up here, but we're gonna do something about that. Would you really design a prison in the real world to look like a turtle? No! But this is a video game, so we're designing a turtle prison. And I think that is the beautiful thing about video games, is you can do stuff in video games that would make no sense in the real world. We're gonna come and give our turtle some eyes. Just a little skylight there in the walkway. Yeah, We can give him little claws, actually. Where's our roof pieces? It honestly might look better if there was a third floor like this, but just smaller. But I'm not too sure on that. Honestly, we've run out of stuff to put in the prison. The one thing that I have done every time I'm rebuilding these prisons is I've always stayed with the exact same number of cells. So that's what we're doing. I think we'll put some blue in these cells. There's our turtle. Oh, that is so cute. Isn't it cute? I think it's cute. And we have our beautiful prison. Looks like a turtle here too. They're not quite the same. I think it looks more turtley from up here. Thank you, Rick, for giving permission for us to use this prison design that you did. It's quite lovely. So thank you so much for watching, y'all. If you enjoyed this and you want to see more Prison Architect 2 content, then please hit the subscribe button, click the little bell so you get notified whenever we post videos or go live. And this is not the end of the series. Currently, I am done making prisons conversions, but we will see the return of a few familiar content creators here on the channel. So I hope you're excited to catch their videos. And I'll see y'all around. Bye!